Hi, friends, and welcome back to Elevate with Erica. So, it is Thanksgiving week. My favorite holiday is Thanksgiving. I love that it has nothing to do with any presents. It just is togetherness and good food and some good drinks and just laughter. It's just my favorite. I'm always kind of sad when it starts to get to the close of the night and it's like, I have to wait a whole year for this to happen again. Like, I love, love, love this holiday. And if I'm being totally honest with you, though, this is actually the first year in a long time, and if, the first year in any kind of memory that I have, where I woke up this morning of this week of my favorite holiday on this Monday, and I almost missed it. I opened my eyes, and the first thing that hit me was not gratitude. It was not joy. It was not any kind of excitement for Thanksgiving. It was my to-do list. It was the to-do list that I've also time blocked. It was my grocery list. It was the timing of the prep leading up to and on Thanksgiving Day. It's the workouts that I'm committed to right now. It's the work obligations that I have. It's the peptide groups that we're kicking off right now. It's the Black Friday peptide sales that are happening right now. It's the mom duties. It's the school schedules because the kids only go for 2 days this week. It's the laundry that somehow just continues to multiply overnight. I swear, boys just generate more dirty laundry. It's all of the things, right? And I could feel it, that familiar heaviness, like chaos was just inviting itself into my favorite week of the year without my permission, right? Before the week has even really started. And maybe some of you can relate to that. And so this message, this episode is for you today. It's for us today. I had this moment where I thought, isn't this how we let entire seasons pass us by? Like we get so tangled in what must be done that we miss what's right in front of us. And so today's episode is for every woman who has ever sprinted through a holiday, a season, a chapter, and then realized that you didn't actually enjoy any of it or feel any of it, maybe is a better way to put that. Today, we're going to talk about finding joy in chaos. Not after the chaos, not when things simmer down, not when life is perfect, but right in the middle of the mess. Right in the thick of your to-do list leading up to Thanksgiving, or right in the middle of Thanksgiving Day when like everyone's kids are running amok and you forgot to put the boil the potatoes for the mashed potatoes, like right in the middle of all of the mess, finding joy in it. So let's be real. We say this part all the time, right? We say things like once things slow down, after the holidays, once the kids are older, after this project, once I get through this season of life. But life never slows down, does it? And you know when I got the biggest lesson in that it was becoming a mom and having and going through that infant stage and then being like, oh, when after we get through this stage, I'm gonna have so much more time. Then you get into that toddler stage and no, and then you just keep moving up, right? And I actually said this in two parts. Like one of the things is somehow new things just keep taking that time. But also, I used to say I would have more money when I wasn't buying so many diapers. Right. And then other expenses come in because then they start eating like a human, and then that expense comes in, and then they're growing so fast. And then you actually need shoes because they're walking. And then, like, you never end up having any more money and you never end up having any more time, right? Life just simply shifts. And if we don't learn to find joy in the middle of the busy, the messy, the overwhelming, then we cheat ourselves out of years of joy. It is so easy to do. And that hit me hard today. It's Thanksgiving week. It's a week that I look forward to all year. And I've actually got the most people coming to my house this year, which makes me so excited. And yet my brain tried to rush me straight into stress mode before my feet even hit the floor this morning. So I paused as I was standing at the edge of my bed and I took a breath. And I asked myself, what if joy isn't something that I have to schedule later? What if it's something that I can choose right now in this moment? And so that's what I want to ask you. And I want you to remember this question for any moment you feel stressed throughout this week. Ask yourself, what if joy is something that I can choose right now in this moment? Maybe you need to close your eyes because so much chaos is going on around you. Sometimes the chaos isn't the problem, it's our focus, right? And that's why it helps to kind of close your eyes, to kind of drown out the chaos, right? And just focus on the joy that you'd rather remember about that moment. If you've ever had a holiday where everything went wrong, the food burned, the timing was off, the kids were wild, someone spilled something on the tablecloth, and yet it still ended up being one of your favorite memories, then you know this to be true, right? Because I can relate this back to when we had a pop-up camper. I don't know if anyone here is like into the RV camping world, but if you ever graduate from like a pop-up camper to a camper that has four hard sides, a camper that doesn't collapse down, so you have to unpack everything, repack everything like four times per camping trip or more. Um, you know that a pop-up camper is actually a lot of work, right? It's a lot more work than a four-sided camper. Um, and I will say, when we first graduated to our hard-sided camper, we were like, oh, this is so nice. This is such a breeze. But these pictures keep popping up of our adventures in that pop-up camper when the boys were little. And it was simpler because we carried less with us because of all of the packing that meant. And we look at those pictures and we're starting to realize like those were the good trips. Those were the good times, right? When everything wasn't so perfect. We didn't have everything we needed, but we had all we needed, if that makes sense. Joy isn't found in perfection, joy is found in presence. And presence is a decision to tune in instead of zoning out, a decision to notice small things, a decision to feel gratitude even when the moment is imperfect. This morning, I had to remind myself of that. I had to mentally shift from I have so much to do to I get to do so much this week that matters. And instantly, the energy within me changed. Let's get this like down to the basics for a minute, okay? Let's just get real, okay? We only get so many Thanksgivings, so many years where our kids are this age. And that even makes me a little bit emotional, just reminding myself of that now. And that in itself, this emotion is a good thing, right? It's shifting my energy, it's moving me to gratitude and appreciation and presence in what this week really is. So many seasons where people we love are still here with us. We only get so many of those. I'm so grateful I still have my mom and my dad. I'm so grateful that my boys are still young enough where they're forced to be here and spend Thanksgiving with me. Because I have to be honest with myself, they're going to have their own families one day, right? And they might not choose to come here for Thanksgiving. There's only so many moments where the house is loud and full and chaotic and warm, and so many people would love to have that again. One day, we're going to miss the very things that feel overwhelming right now. The crumbs. Why does my counter always have crumbs on it, no matter how many times I wipe it off? I swear if one of the kids just goes get a cracker out of the cabinet, my whole island is full of crumbs. Like I don't know how my island is always full of crumbs, even though I clean it endlessly, right? But we're gonna miss those crumbs one day. Honestly, we are. Moms, how many people will tell you when you had your infant, you're going to miss that one day? It was kind of obnoxious, right? Because you're like, I really just want to get some sleep and I want to not have a baby puke down the back of my shirt, right? But now, When I see pictures of them so little, man, I'd love to hold them like that one more time, right? So you're going to miss the very things that feel overwhelming to you right now. The crumbs, the mess, the noise, the grocery store crowds on holiday weeks. I'm so grateful I have a family to cook for, right? I have a family to shop for. You're going to miss the mountain of dishes because people you love ate off them. The people pile into your home who all need something from you. All of it. We will miss it. So what if we trained ourselves to notice the good in it now instead of looking back one day wishing we had? What I wish for you right now is for you to save this episode wherever you're watching it, whether it's on YouTube or Apple Podcast, Spotify, whatever your favorite podcast platform is. I wish for you to save this right now. And even though this particular episode I've mentioned Thanksgiving a lot, I think you could play this during any busy season of your life. Anytime you feel yourself forgetting, slipping into stress, slipping into overwhelm, or just for any holiday. When you feel overwhelmed, pause and ask yourself, what does this chaos actually represent? Because the long list means that you have a home to host in and a home that people want to come to. You have food to cook, you have people to love, you have kids to care for, you have memories to create, bodies healthy enough to move, friends and family showing up, a life that is full. Chaos does not mean that you're failing. Chaos means that you're living. You are alive, my friend. So here's what I want to offer you, something that you can actually use today, tomorrow, and all week long. One, I want you to pause before you start your day. It was that moment, right? I was standing on the edge of my bed this morning and I needed to shift my energy. Just 20 to 30 seconds, a deep breath to remind yourself something I know you've heard before. Remind yourself, I get to do this. Two, I want you to pick one anchor of joy each day. And yes, I said just one. I want you to simplify it, right? One thing that you'll intentionally feel. I don't know if you're like me, but one of those things is lighting a candle in my home. I don't know why, it just feels instantly relaxing. It changes the vibe and the energy in the room for me. So maybe it's lighting a candle. Maybe it's putting on music while you cook. Maybe it's playing a podcast while you clean. Maybe it's going for a walk, sipping your coffee slowly in the morning. Maybe it's smelling the food as it cooks, really appreciating it, soaking it in. Maybe it's watching your family interact, like just stepping back and watching. Not the whole day, just one anchor of joy. Schedule it in. And then number three, lower the bar for perfection. This is a tough one for me. Perfection is not required to experience joy. Let the day be a little messy. Let yourself be a little messy. And let all the moments be real. Choose presence over performance. That's number four, kind of ties into number three. Let the moment be real. Choose your presence over performing to perfection, right? Your kids won't remember if the table was perfect. They'll remember how they felt in your home. Your loved ones won't remember if the timing was exact. You said dinner was going to start at 3, you started at 4. They're going to remember that you guys were laughing from 3 to 4 because you forgot to do something, right? They're just going to all be happy to be together. What they would feel is your tension and your stress and your disappointment in yourself because things didn't go perfectly, right? Number 5, say thank you more often than you say I'm overwhelmed. I know this sounds a little bit like fake it till you make it, but I actually think that it serves a purpose here. It's again shifting from like, oh, I said I'm going to have more people in my house to host than I ever have for Thanksgiving. At first, that can feel like stressful. What if I don't have enough food? I already made a double batch of mashed potatoes and put them in the freezer because I was stressing that I wasn't going to have enough mashed potatoes. Right. Or I can shift that to this is my favorite holiday, and I'm about to host more people that I love than I ever have. That's exciting, right? And they want to come to my home. They want to eat my food. They want to spend this holiday with me. Gratitude shifts your nervous system, right? It grounds your mind and it changes your energy. So I want you to try that because that's something that you will feel immediately. Like I get goosebumps. So here's what I'm promising myself this week, and maybe you'll want to join me, okay? I'm choosing joy. And feel free to repeat after me as I move through this. I'm choosing joy, not because everything is calm, not because everything is done, not because the chaos magically disappeared, but because joy is available to me right now. This morning was my reminder that I almost let the world convince me that the busy was more important than the beauty, but the beauty is the point. So I want to feel this week. I want to be present in it. I want to soak in all of the moments, the ones that matter the most. And I hope you'll do that with me. So, friend, if this Monday of Thanksgiving week already feels like a lot, you're not doing anything wrong. Life gets loud, life gets messy, life gets overwhelming for all of us, but joy can still be found, not after the chaos, but inside of it. And the more you practice choosing it in those moments of chaos, the more natural it becomes to you. So, thank you for spending a little bit of time with me today. I hope you enter this week with peace and presence and just a little bit more joy than you woke up with. Happy Thanksgiving, my favorite holiday of the year. I am so grateful for you and for being here with me. Until next episode, friends.